All right, we got a new truck here. Thanks to Island Toys. Super stoked. This is my first crawler, quote unquote. I know it's more of a trail runner, not a real crawler with the IFS and the heavy body and all, but this is gonna be fun. And I have a Tacoma, it's a lot like this, so, well, by that I mean it's also a Tacoma. Bust this open and see what it's all about. See what's in here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Real nice looking thing, fresh out the box. And yeah, I saw some videos showing that the steering had quite a bit of slop to it, and that is definitely the case. That's brand new out of the box, never been run at all. So I'm used to that because these things have at least 100 times that much. But that is not what you want to see really on a brand new unit. All right, got some 3D printed stuff here. Got a buddy of mine to print up the fenders and the skid plate and the lights. If you're doing this on your own printer, I don't know anything about the actual printing, but you're gonna have to sand them a lot if you want them to be smooth. And these took like 10 hours each for these fenders, depending on the size of the machine, because it has to sort of sit up like this. You've got to have enough space. So it's not simple. Pretty stoked. Got some lights to put in here too. So we're gonna get that in, see how it looks. Also made these little rear fender well covers just to make it look a little more realistic. Little cutout here for the body to fit in. This is just a notebook, like a school notebook cover that I cut up. Just thin plastic, and seemed to work pretty good. Zip ties. This one took a lot of sanding to get it somewhat smooth looking. And then I painted these with trim paint, like automotive trim black, semi-gloss. Seemed to work pretty well. It didn't react. I did a little test on a test piece beforehand, and we'll see how it holds up to scratching and bashing. But one little thing, when you put on this skid plate, you can no longer access the screws from below, so I'm gonna put them through the top. Now let's see about these guys. I've got some longer screws from my bin. Put those on. Worked out pretty good. Plenty of clearance, fits in there nice. All right, got it all done. It's a bit of a late night. You know how it goes. There's always a million other things you want to change. Got the light buckets installed in here in the rear. Did some Gorilla Tape reinforcement here to try to help it last a little longer because it's so nice. And then I also cut out pieces of flexible cutting board plastic and just to put under the mounts. So I got one that goes over pretty much the whole hood, and then this one that fills up this back rectangular area here, and that will just help it get a little more support hopefully and keep it in good shape. Put a little piece of the double-sided tape on the back side of the grill. So that's how I set that up in there, just with some tape, and then did this to keep all the light from leaking out. And then this is really nice stuff. This is the smallest size auto looming for wiring. It has a slit in it. You can slide the wires in, and then it keeps them protected, but they can still slide. So in case the back gets pushed up or something like this, it'll give it some leeway. There we go. Not sure if that's going to show up very well with all this light, but pretty pretty stoked. Lights are so great. It just makes everything look so much better. Let's turn this off and see. So, not bad. Doesn't really light up like a real headlight, but it's pretty decent. I haven't taken this outside yet to try it. The tail lights work really good. Oh, I love it. Such simple pleasures, man. Well, relatively simple. Anyways, can't wait to try this thing out. I've only driven it around the house. Soon I'm gonna actually drive it, and it's never gonna be this pretty again. It's all fresh, never been ridden. I've never had a crawler before, so this is my first time driving a crawler even. Very excited, it's very exciting. Everyone's real ready. I got the little fenders on, lights, and reinforced the body. Hopefully this nice body will survive for a while, because it's pretty. All right, first time driving the Knightrunner on the ground. Really slow, but I guess that's how crawlers work.